Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. A new Mortal Kombat movie has been announced. It's being made in South Australia, and it's said to be the biggest movie in South Australia history. Like, ever. This production is going to be huge. Smash JT. First reported by Claire Campbell on Twitter. She is a news reporter in South Australia. She said, Premiere announces action film Mortal Kombat, of course, classic, will be the largest movie ever filmed and produced in South Australia. Expected to create 580 jobs and inject 70 million, which, if you're wondering how much 70 million is in Australia to USD, there you go. It's over $48.5 million in production, which is a big chunk of change to be putting into a video game movie in South Australia. And in case you're curious as to what the Premier is, that means the head of the executive governments in the 6 states of the Commonwealth of Australia. They perform the same function at the state level as the Prime Minister of Australia performing at the national level. Stephen Marshall is the Premier of South Australia, a new era of South Australia, home of the Australian Space Agency. Ooh, they got a Space Force there. Very fun. Here we have the announcement. The latest news from Stephen Marshall, the Premier of South Australia. Adelaide, South Australia will be the stage for the new Mortal Kombat, New Line Cinema's highly anticipated epic action film. It was announced today by the Premier of South Australia, Stephen Marshall. Mortal Kombat is a bold cinematic adventure based on the blockbuster video game franchise. Bringing the legendary property to life on the big screen is a team of world-renowned Australian filmmakers led by producer James Wan from Aquaman and Conjuring films, and the award-winning commercial filmmaker Simon McQuoid, who is also taking the helm in this feature directorial debut. Todd Gardner isn't romantic, also produces, and Larry Kasanoff, Mortal Kombat True Lies, E. Bennett Walsh from Men in Black International, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Michael Clear, Sean Robbins, executive producing. The current screenplay is by Greg Rousseau. The upcoming Highwaymen pre-production on Mortal Kombat will commence later this month, which right now it is May 2019, and the production later this year. Stephen Marshall made the announcement today at Adelaide Studios alongside the film's Australian director Simon McQuoid, executive producer E. Bennett Walsh, Australian production consultant Greg Basser, and South Australia's Minister for Innovation and Skills, David Pisoni. In making the announcement, Premier said that Mortal Kombat will create an estimated 580 jobs and 1,500 extras employed, along with, like I said, the 70 million injected into South Australian economy, which is almost $50 million being poured in there for this movie. That's a lot of money being injected into South Australia. Mortal Kombat will be the largest film production in South Australia's history and highlights the importance of engaging with the world's major production houses. The state government investment in Mortal Kombat will enhance the scope and reach of our production and post-production capabilities, bringing the promise of fantastic new jobs for the local film industry, he said. We need many different elements for its success and have found them all right here. The uniquely beautiful landscapes, the outstanding world-class stage facilities and virtual FX houses, and the brilliant artists and technicians from across the filmmaking community. The film will provide unrivaled skills development opportunities for South Australian screen business and crews, whilst enabling the screen sector to update technologies and techniques to keep pace with global trends. This is a big deal, like huge movie production in South Australia. So, for those of you who enjoyed the first Mortal Kombat movies, there is another one coming. For those of you that hated the first Mortal Kombat movies, or one of them, there is a new one coming. It looks like this one is not to be taken lightly. They're going to be working extremely hard on it and pouring a lot of money into this. It's no joke. The video game industry at large, creating movies right now, they're working extremely hard and putting a lot of money into them. Yes, people are complaining about Sonic the Hedgehog and how it's not what they had hoped it would be and how they couldn't even get it right. But the point is, there's a lot of money being put into the video game movies. I mean, back from our childhood, we could only dream of this happening now. So this is exciting on a lot of different levels. Claire Campbell, hopefully she learns how to spell Mortal Kombat when she reports on it. She did say later, obviously my fat fingers at work here, film is called Mortal Kombat. That's probably because so many people corrected her in the comments, which was pretty funny. But ultimately, It doesn't matter how she spells it, a new Mortal Kombat movie is being made, and it's very exciting. And here's Stephen Marshall on Twitter saying, South Australia will be the stage for New Line Cinema's highly anticipated action film, Mortal Kombat. The film will be shot in Adelaide utilizing our world-class crews and acting talent with post-production in our internationally acclaimed VFX and post-production facilities. So here are some photos from the shoot where the announcement was. Look at that. They can put whatever they want behind it to make it look spectacular. That's funny. Very cool. These are the directors and producers of the movie with the premiere of South Australia together there. So very exciting. A lot of people are pretty pumped up about this in South Australia right now. The news has not hit the press in America yet, but I wanted to bring it to you guys as soon as I saw this. I think it's very important, not just for South Australia, but video games in movies in general. I feel like we're in a new era right now where there's a lot of exciting possibilities. You got the Mario movie being made by Nintendo right now. Obviously, Sonic is being made. Obviously, Pokemon just came out. There's a slew of other video game movies that have been coming out lately that have a lot more money put into them than they used to. So, exciting times for people in the entertainment industry that enjoy a movie-going experience in the world that they live in, like video games. Now, according to Eurogamer, this is not just going to be a Mortal Kombat movie, but it's going to be a reboot, and it's something that has been in the works for a very long time, and this is the announcement that it is finally happening. The reboot of Mortal Kombat is going to be taking place in South Australia. Warner Brothers announced the Mortal Kombat movie reboot last year, although, as with most video game movie news, there was no guarantee anything would come of it. This latest development, though, makes it clear an attempt to make the movie will be made. So this was announced last year. Doesn't necessarily mean it was going to be happening. So this is a reboot. Greg Rousseau, the writer for the movie. If anyone has concerns if our director Simon McQuaid will stay faithful to Mortal Kombat, I urge you to go back and look at some of the VG commercials he directed. His PS3 Michael spot still gets me every time I watch it. Greg Rousseau, the screenwriter, lifelong gamer, Mortal Kombat Reboot. And he is excited. It has begun. The Mortal Kombat movie will be filmed in Australia. That is him tweeting about it there. So there are a lot of people that really enjoyed the original Mortal Kombat movie. The sequels were more of a mixed bag. The movie is enjoyable on a so bad it's good level. But that theme tune, man, that is legitimately one of the best movie soundtrack tunes ever made. No matter how the new one turns out, no way they're making a better theme tune than that original. I would agree with that one. The first one was campy, but I loved it anyways. Cole Turner, Sonia Ryder, Raiden, 14 years old. History showed us the moment the film industry goes off the beaten path and starts injecting their own ideas into these game-to-movie projects when it all goes south. I mean, yeah, but I still want to give it a chance. I mean, for the most part, people are looking forward to this and excited about it. Not everyone is super pumped, but for the most part, the vast majority of the crowd is looking forward to seeing what comes out of this, and I am as well. And according to the writer of this Eurogame article, he agrees the original Mortal Kombat movie was excellent. Whatever the case, the Mortal Kombat movie that they're making now will have to go some way to better the original Mortal Kombat film, which graced our screens back in 1995. I don't care how much money you've made from overgrown Pokemon fans blind with nostalgia, Detective Pikachu, Mortal Kombat remains the greatest video game movie of all time. I would strongly disagree with that, but it was a decent movie. I enjoyed it. But I didn't say it was the best movie of all time. But to each their own. So, yes, according to Eurogamer, it's going to be a reboot of the original series. I don't know if that means they're going to be reusing the original film as the storyline, or if it's going to be rebooted with a brand new storyline. Most likely it will be the latter, but this a lot remains to be determined. So, anyways, I'm going to leave the video right there, guys, but let me know what you think about the new Mortal Kombat movie that just got announced in South Australia with almost $50 million USD being poured into it. Are you excited about this? You going to maybe keep it on your radar, or have you kind of given up on Mortal Kombat films in general? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing. Smash it,